Good morning, Living Hope. My name is Matt, and I've been attending Living Hope for about 6 years now. And unfortunately, I moved to San Diego, so I can't be live with you guys, but I'd still like to share my personal testimony about how God blessed my life through cell groups. So, despite church being a place of worship and to love Jesus, it can also be one of the most overwhelming places where you can feel the loneliest and most socially anxious. And when I first started to attend, I immediately felt like I didn't belong, as I'd see tons of people socializing together in groups and having a great time while I kind of just stood on the side awkwardly. And I'd have a lot of doubts that I didn't belong because I'm Korean. I'm not Korean. I'm too sinful. I'm too awkward. And thankfully, when I started college ministry, I got connected with a cell group of 6 to 7 guys who were in my same grade. And I'll never forget the first thing my cell group leader, Enoch, told me when I first met him. He said, I know we just met, but I want to let you know that I love you. And Christ like love felt like such a foreign concept to me since walking away from the church in high school. But in that moment, it was exactly what I needed to hear. In that much smaller group, I was able to vulnerably share my doubts about Christianity, my struggles with sin, and all my personal issues, ranging from pornography, alcohol, and substance use, and doubts about my career and future. And they became like brothers to me. Through these conversations and Bible studies, I began to regain my faith and see the Lord working through my life. And when I graduated college ministry and started with Prime, I joined Brea 5 cell group. And I was immediately welcomed with open arms by my cell group shepherds and hosts. I was put in a group of men and women who ranged from all ages, and I got to know many new and amazing people who I never would have gotten the chance to speak to. And it was at this point I understood the role of cell groups in our faith. Cell groups aren't based on who our friends are, our age, who has the same interests, or same personality. In fact, we're all extremely different, but it was solely our faith that unified us. And we'd meet up weekly to worship, pray, feast, share our lives, and we even went to Las Vegas to watch the NBA Summer League together. 3 years ago, I went through a tough breakup with a 3 year relationship of someone who I considered my best friend. And through feeling heartbroken and guilty about the relationship, I kept much of it hidden from others, and I slowly let it fester into pity, and I sought out escape, falling back into sinful behaviors such as using substances and pornography as an outlet rather than turning to the Lord. I went down a spiral of shame and guilt, and it made me not even want to come to church. But through the help of our cell group shepherd and my brothers, they prayed for me. They allowed me to be vulnerable about my sins and struggles, and they rebuked me while pointing me back to the Lord. And even while I'm living in San Diego, I've been blessed to meet with LA Cell Group virtually on Zoom and build intentional relationships, pray, and still do life with other believers. If you don't have a cell group and are coming up from R28, struggling with anxiety or doubts about the church or yourself, I just want to let you know that you're not alone in that and you don't have to go through it alone. God is fighting a war for your heart, and Satan will leverage your shame to pull you away from him and leave you complacent in sin. And with the church being so big, it can be near impossible to build community. But cell groups will provide you a smaller group where you can create intimate relationships and develop a family who loves you and that you can be real with. And not only will you get a pig out on a weekly basis, but you may just find your future spouse. So I hope to see all of you soon and then you get plugged into one of our amazing cell groups that you can grow in just as I have. Thank you so much, Living Hope, for your time. God bless and have an amazing Sunday.